What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's Yish, no Yosh. Treyarch recently released their closed multiplayer beta, and just yesterday opened it up to all PlayStation 4 users. Here's my first impression of a franchise that has seen more installments in Paranormal Activity. What's new? Ooh, shiny. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 introduces the new Specialist feature. Sort of an extension of the exosuit from Advanced Warfare, the Specialist allows for further customization of your character. There are 9 different Specialists, each with their own unique abilities and appearances. The better you perform in-game, the quicker these specialist abilities can be used to gain a personal advantage over others. Most, if not all, abilities disappear when you die, or the timer runs out, to keep things balanced. After a few games, I already started to see the beauty of each specialist, which thankfully breathes a bit of life into a franchise that has been lacking innovation and creativity. New maps, new guns, new bullshit, new servers that don't work. It's Call of Duty. Move on, folks. Next segment. What I hated. I can sit here and tell you everything wrong with this game. So, that's what I'm gonna do. First of all, the servers are shittier than ever. Granted, this game is only in beta. But, Treyarch suffers from the same shit that every game company seems to be doing nowadays. They invite mobs of people to come test their game, but lack the strength to support the weight of everyone. I turned the game on for the first time and luckily didn't have to wait in queue along with thousands of other people. Yep, that happened. Look it up. Besides that, I waited 45 minutes before I got into the first game only to be fucking annihilated by the shitty connection interruptions. The game refused to migrate hosts anytime the connection was shitty, which led to some more frustration. It took about an hour to finally play an actual game. An hour. Again, I know it's in beta, but how do you expect to get people on board with your game when your servers are inconsistent and broken? Doesn't make sense, Treyarch. Fix that shit. They took the knife out of this game, and the melee? Absolutely atrocious. If you smack someone from the front, you get a hit marker. Yep, they don't die. You know how when you turn a corner and you see someone in your face, your first reaction is to stab them? Well, you're better off closing your eyes and spraying for your life because you can bet your bottom dollar that that little punch wouldn't kill a fucking fly. There were also no new game modes that were introduced. So at first glance, my very first impression of this game was, if this wasn't a digital beta, but a hard copy instead, I would definitely eject the disc, snap it in half, and smash it into oblivion. Finally though, when I got into a working game, what I loved. Treyarch really brought their big guns because I honestly couldn't pinpoint any more hate-inducing bullshit in this game. I mean, sure, there are those moments where you feel like you're going to outgun your opponent and die, and you're rudely reminded that you're playing a Call of Duty game. Though it happens a lot less now than ever in my experience. The guns feel pretty good and they don't all feel the same. The recoil is different on most of the guns, and overall the pace of the game reminded me why I loved Call of Duty back in the day. It felt like an arcade shooter again, and that's probably one of the biggest points I have to make here. There were 3 maps that were included in this beta's release. Hunted, which was a beautiful creation, hands down, that's all that needs to be said. Combine was okay, nothing super impressive there, it was a little tiny. And finally, Evac, which forces me to puke and leave the lobby every time that map gets voted in, but hey, you can't like them all. I chose the Outrider Specialist, which is the Archer, and my god was that a blast. Every time my Specialist bar would fill up, I felt like Legolas. I was awful with it, absolutely, but it was fun nonetheless. Final verdict! Here's where I stand with Call of Duty. I played CoD 4 all the way through to Modern Warfare 3. Didn't even look at Ghosts, and was extremely disappointed by Advanced Warfare. But man, this beta is a lot of fun. Once you get past the hour-long lines to play or the connection interruptions, the gameplay itself was extremely entertaining. The game didn't feel rushed. The guns, the classes, the specialists really felt hashed out and taken care of. This beta brought me back to the old days of Call of Duty 4 with its arcade-like feel. While they didn't show anything too groundbreaking, it was probably for the best. A lot of games nowadays try to mess with the old school formula by adding a muck of shit that eventually ends up soiling the game. The specialists were a nice twist, and I can say confidently that this beta alone has re-sparked my interest in this series. The question remains though, will the full game see this kind of success, or did they place all the good stuff at the beginning to entice people to buy it? Enjoying this beta as much as I did, I had to take a step back and realize that this is still Call of Duty, and I'm not hating just to hate, but realize that we can't keep investing into a franchise that wants its consumers' money more than they want to cater to the consumer. That said, this beta was a breath of fresh air and I'll definitely be riding it out until it closes, but whether or not I'll be investing my hard-earned money into it remains to be seen. Your move, Treyarch.